Hello YouTube, this is Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid, with an unboxing video today. And it is not a new deck or a new Kickstarter, but it's something that I don't really have in my tarot deck collection. The deck has been out, it's a mass market deck. It's been out for probably a year and a half or so, but I don't know why it's in I decided I needed to have it. Maybe because I don't have anything like it in my arsenal of decks, but it is The Influence of Angels Tarot by Jody, Boginski, Barbessi. I hope I am not butchering the name. Apologies if I did. This is a US Games deck, mass market. I just ordered it a couple of days ago from Amazon. I don't have anything like this. I don't have any angel decks. The reason why is because of where I am on my stance of religion, religious icons, anything that points to Christianity. I have some decks, I have a couple of oracles that have like Mother Mary or allude to Mother Mary, and I take those cards out. Right now I have a problem with the Hierophant card if it's depicted in the traditional, you know, the old man with the robes and his sycophants, and yeah, I kind of prefer the Hierophant cards like in the Everyday Witch Tarot, whereas they're depicted as a yoga instructor, you know, somebody of that light. So that's why I've stayed away from the angel decks. I more prefer to think of, where some people think of angel guides, I prefer to call on my spirit guides. But this is an art deck, kind of Renaissance Baroque art, and from the other walkthroughs I've seen of this deck, the angel depictions, the wings that have been added to the artwork, seems to be, for the most part, very unobtrusive. And I just really resonated with the art. So let's open it up. I just made a cut in it so the plastic would be easy. And you know, no special packaging. It just came from Amazon. And in the bag, I also got some acrylic paint by Jane Davenport. Isn't that bottle cute? But that was in the same bag. So nice heavy thumb cutout 2-piece box. Well, let's look at the box. Just in case, there are lots of walkthroughs of this deck. As I say, it's been out for a little bit, but just in case you haven't seen it, it's nice. I like the little gold foil on the sides, and it says, "Angels may be understood allegorically or literally. Many of the stories about them passed on through the years are often in harmony with traditional tarot card meanings. This deck illustrates the tarot through classic-inspired artwork and explores the angels' spiritual influence over human experience." So there's a 184-page guidebook, and the in-depth information includes detailed card descriptions, keyword meanings, angel identification, and spirit special attributes, symbolism in the artwork, card rank meanings, an angelic message for each card. So yeah, I don't really have anything that's like this. So nice sturdy box. The guidebook is beautiful. I mean, the artwork is beautiful. And I do much prefer that the angels were made some of them from existing artwork and had the wings, I think, possibly added later on, as opposed to like some digitally created artwork card decks a la Doreen Virtue. And yeah, I don't want any part of that. It's, yeah. So nice little chunky guidebook, and we'll go over the guidebook in just a sec. Oh, there is, the cards come plastic wrapped. The edges are gilded in gold metallic. Don't know how that will hold up, but it's a nice touch, you know, for a mass market deck. These are the gorgeous backs. I love the blue. Oh, matches somewhat with my cloth. Those are beautiful, aren't they? I'm gonna see, do I need to get in just a tad bit closer so we can see? Okay, so they are a glossy cardstock. Glossy laminated cardstock, sturdy, you know, good weight to the cards. We will play with shuffling them in a little bit. So let's have a look. So there's the edging. I hope it'll wear nicely, you know, with age it'll patina nicely. So we've got the Fool. I like the white dove. The Magician. Now, I'm not really sure how many of these have been digitally. This looks like these two look like they may be existing artworks with the wings, but I could be wrong. I don't know how much has been digitally manipulated. The High Priestess. Now this one does look like it may have been one that has had the wings added, but it's very unobtrusive, which is why I went with the deck. But see, I love this artwork so much. She's beautiful. And again here, this one I think the wings have been added. Maybe the cherub has been added, but maybe not. The Empress. And she's beautiful. The Emperor kind of has a kind of Hierophant feeling to it, but I like, you know, they've added the ram, obviously. Oh, here is the Hierophant. And yes, he's very Hierophant-y. And you can tell that the wings have been added, but it is, yeah, very subtle. I'm just going to make sure that you're getting all of the card here. I'm just going to adjust a tiny bit. The Lovers, very Adam and Eve depiction, but that is typical in a lot of decks, traditional or RWS or, you know, older art decks. The Chariot. I love how powerful she is. The Red Cloak. Strength. This reminds me a lot of, you know, the imagery in Cat Black's Golden Tarot. I don't have the deck. It's on my wish list. But I have seen walkthroughs of that. So it's kind of along the same vein, but with possibly angel wings added. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice. And you notice the borders, they are unobtrusive, I think. They blend in well with the portrait you know, that you're seeing kind of of the artwork. It makes it seem more like you're going through an art gallery and seeing these pictures on the wall. So the borders are very nice. They blend in very well. The Hanged Man. It's interesting to see an angel hanging upside down. Death. You see that all these souls waiting to head toward the light. Is this a kind of purgatory, maybe? And this is where you want to get to. Paradise, the afterlife. If you believe in reincarnation, you're next, getting ready for your next life. You see kind of people from all walks of life, maybe a holy man here, this man who has a disability or injury of some kind. They're all waiting their turn. So you get the transformation. So once they go through this portal, there will be a transformation, an ending, a new start. Temperance. Traditional depiction. It's very beautiful. The Devil. Again, very Adam and Eve. Here with the snake, hiding their nakedness. And it's only after partaking of the tree of life, the tree of knowledge, that they realize that they need to cover their nakedness. But the snake, the devil, is really the character who enlightens them. Or Eve. The Tower. It's interesting you don't see anybody falling from this tower, but you see somebody down here who may be hit by some of the falling pieces of this tower. Is this a guardian angel overlooking her? Be interesting to read the guidebook. Now this is interesting, and I have seen this in other walkthroughs. This is the one card that doesn't seem, it seems to be out of place with the deck. And you see all the other cards here kind of have the same color palette and the same kind of art. This one is the outlier. You know, they digitally put in a dolphin in there. It makes it seem more like a Doreen Virtue or Colette Baron Reed, or I don't know, kind of deck. Not that there's, you know, if you like those decks, that's great. But I just think that makes it seem a little bit more out of place. So this is the one card. But I don't know how many decks I would consider perfect, in my opinion, you know. The Moon. This is very, very interesting. All these sea creatures and things coming out of the water or the mists. Yeah, I'm very interested in reading the guidebook. The Sun, instead of one naked baby, well, there's several, but they're cherubs, so they're always naked, right? And it looks like they're having a grand old time. Ooh. I love this Judgment card. Wow. It looks like she's looking at herself. Time for self-reflection. It almost makes me think of that time, you know, when people who've had, you know, life after death or near-death experiences, you know, they often say they have their life flash before them. If that does happen, is that your time of self-reflection, looking over your life? And if you're a Christian, you know, that's the time you see, you know, what you've done. In my upbringing, before the time of the resurrection in the Mormon religion, you know, you are going to have that time, and basically you're going to know where you're going to go, where you deserve to go. There's three kingdoms of glory, the top being the celestial, the middle being the terrestrial, and the third being the telestial. And then, well, there is kind of a fourth, the outer darkness, the sons and daughters of perdition, which is even worse than hell, a fate worse than hell. So this is, yeah, this is giving me some feels right there. The world, look how beautiful she is. Very, very beautiful. And now we are into the suits. So they're in this deck, they put the cups first. Love the cherubs. The Two of Cups. Sweet card. I like the expressions on their face, especially the woman's. She's like, oh, new relationship, possibly. Yeah, I love the expressions. It's kind of like the kind of doe-eyed, you know, the look. I think I still look at my husband that way after almost 30 years. I love, love, love this Three of Cups. I just think it's so beautiful, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to get this deck. Aren't they beautiful? I just love this. There's just, I will pick classical depictions over modern depictions of this card almost any day. You know, it's nice to see the modern decks and you have the women in jeans and wearing, you know, funky hipster clothing, but I just think there's something so elegant and beautiful about this. It takes you to another place. You know, there's decks to ground you in the here and now, and there are decks, you know, that are good for taking you someplace else, and sometimes you need that. The Four of Cups. Fairly traditional depiction. The Five of Cups. Oh boy, you can really see her despair. And so even though there's no angel, I think there's only the angel wings in the majors, in the trumps added onto the figures, but in the minors you can see there's just ever so slightly angels added into the background. This one is a sweet Six of Cups. I love the Six of Cups, and see the angel is in the background again. I don't know, this looks to be more Victorian art than Baroque or, you know, Renaissance. Or medieval. Some of these looked a little bit medieval. This is the Seven of Cups. There's an angel in there. Hopefully trying to help this fellow make the right choice. Or you could say he's dreaming about a night of drinking. Eight of Cups. This is interesting, having an older gentleman depicted in the Eight of Cups, moving away from what no longer serves. There's a little cherub up here and down here. The Nine of Cups. There's his angels. He's got tucked in the crux of his elbow. I'm going to date myself, but it's going to remind me of the Flip Wilson skit back, you know, the comedian Flip Wilson back in the 70s. The devil made me do it. But in this case, this gentleman is lucky enough to have an angel. The Ten of Cups. And I think my camera is picking up, or my phone rather, is picking up all the angels. I love the Page of Cups. Look at this sweet face, and instead of a fish, there's another sweet face. The heart on his tunic. Gorgeous. You can kind of see the paint strokes. I don't think my phone will pick that up, but looking at this, you can pick up the paint strokes on the face, especially. The Knight of Cups with a mandolin instead of a horse. And the angel has a mandolin as well. Queen of Cups with a proper teacup. I'm trying to find the angel in here. Oh my goodness, they're in her dress. The cherubs are in her dress, in the fabric of her dress, and I hope you can see that. The King of Cups. Is that Henry VII? It does and it doesn't look like him. The Winter King, the father of Henry VIII. He looks a little too jowly to be Henry VII, who had a more gaunt look to him, but the robes, I know there's a painting of him. Looks very much like this. He's got his angel. The Ace of Swords. A little bit eerie cherub faces in the background here. I like the Two of Swords. Look at both these angels have their arms crossed. And that's why they're both, you know, being not very flexible. So you can see how she's stuck. Yeah, they both have this very defiant posture. Three of Swords. And I love how they have a sort of a flower depicting her heart. Or maybe this is her heart split open, but you don't see blood, like actual blood dripping down anywhere. But yeah, she does look like she's going through something. The Four of Swords. The Five of Swords. Look at the shadowy figure in the background. Can you see it? I hope you can see it. It's quite menacing, actually. The Six of Swords. Of course, you can see that the swords have been added in. The Seven of Swords. And very, very faintly, you can see the cherubs or angels in the background. There's an animal, a wolf or some animal devouring another one in the background. Probably a sheep. Probably it looks like this is a field of sheep. The Eight of Swords. I do really like this Eight of Swords. That's one of my... I have to really like the Eight of Swords for a deck to resonate with me. That's a card one of the cards I look for. It's a card I deeply resonate with. Nine of Swords. This is another one that it doesn't stick out quite as much as the other blue card, but it does somewhat because she's looking. This is more of a lifelike drawing. You can see her face. She's more or less looking at you, just slightly off to the side. You can see maybe what's troubling her. I do like it. The more I look at it, I like it. Ten of Swords. Very traditional. No, not lots of blood. There's no blood depicted here. Look at this sweet page. Is he blowing bubbles? It looks like he's blowing bubbles in his seashell, and that looks like a straw maybe, and there's some bubbles right here. You know, some things never change as far as amusements. The Knight of Swords. So the knights are not on any horses. He's got his book. The Queen of Swords. This outfit she's wearing reminds me of a famous painting of Marie Antoinette that caused controversy when the masses saw her in garb like this instead of her queenly attire. She got She was like damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, she was damned for her extravagance, but then when she wanted to go simple, you know, and a dress similar to this, she was criticized as well. The King of Swords. He does look like a King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. That's a nice ace. Two of Pentacles. The Three. A little more Victorian maybe? I don't know, it could be Baroque. Renaissance, medieval here. Four of Pentacles. She's holding on to that chest though, isn't she? I like how she's balancing well, a ledger book possibly on her head. It's like, I dare you. I dare you to come and get it. Five of Pentacles. It's a bunch of people who look like they're suffering and in dire straits. Here. The Six of Pentacles. Oh, I love her dress. The gold brocade. It's beautiful. The Seven of Pentacles. This one you can see the heavy digital manipulation in this one. It stands out a little bit more, but it's a beautiful card. And there's a woman here instead of the typical man, which is good. 8 of Pentacles. I love this. She weaving. Love it. The 9 of Pentacles. And there's her falcon. I'm kind of in awe of that sport of falconing that they did back then. 10 of Pentacles. Very Puritan or Calvinistic depiction of the family. Are they Dutch? They look like maybe this is a Dutch painting. Maybe he's a Dutch merchant with the chest. Page of Pentacles. And again, he does have his angel, even though it's very faint. It's in the background. He's sweet. The Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. You see her earthiness and her practicality here. Lady Bountiful. The King of Pentacles. Very, very stern. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Oh, what's the name of the deck? Or this is the cover of the box. I know it's out of print now. I wish I had it. Majestic Earth. And I can't remember the artist, but at least I have this card. The Four of Wands. So there's a little bit of medieval, Renaissance, Baroque art, and maybe even a couple with more Victorian depictions. Like the Five of Wands here, this looks more Victorian, just from their clothes. So it's a mix. And this angel is the angel on the book, the one that's overlooking them. This reminds me of something that could be in the Baba Studios deck, the Victorian Romantic, no, Tarot of Prague. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Oh my. You gotta see this face. He doesn't like what he sees out there. He looks downright terrified. Eight of Wands. It almost looks like hieroglyphics. It looks very Greek. With the Eight of Wands, and I love how they have horses with wands in their mouths moving forward. the Nine of Wands. Pretty traditional depiction, except he doesn't have a bandage on his head, but he looks like he's been through a lot by his posture. The Ten of Wands. The Page of Wands. It's a female here with her paint palette. She's got her cherub, her muse, and what is... I don't know if you can pick that up, but there looks to be a person on the tablet that this cherub is holding. Knight of Wands. Okay, I think this is the first knight that's actually on a horse. Queen of Wands. She's got her cat. You can tell this cat has been added in. The sunflower. But she's beautiful. Looks a little bit, her face looks a little bit Mona Lisa-ish. Oh my. Okay, this King of Wands is cracking me up. Wow. Okay. So looks like there's some extra cards. Minor Arcana number readings. So she goes through the Ace and through the court cards to tell you the, kind of numerologically what the meanings are. And then there's a card for the Minor Arcana suit meanings. So that's kind of nice. All right, quickly let's go through the book and see what's... Zoom out just a little bit. See, in her little introductions, angels are celestial beings that act as conduits between God and humankind. And throughout the years, many stories have been passed down about them. Within the tradition, there are named angels with distinct attributes and capabilities, and nameless angels who lack a specific personality or role. Like all tarot decks, influence of the angels is divided into two sections, the major arcana and the minor. Arcana is Latin word for secrets or mysteries. The cards are visual interpretations of esoteric realities. They represent aspects of human experience that have been with us for many generations. So there's no table of contents. Yeah, this is published in 2018. So major arcana, and then she goes right into the cards themselves. So you get the name of the angel. So the Fool is Ephrael, the angel of youth, encourages us to experience new things and embrace new ideas. He buoys our enthusiasm and confidence about what's on the horizon. Symbols, pre-dawn landscape. Copper pail. So she goes through the symbolism. So Ephrael comes down to earth from heaven, arriving before the day begins. This suggests a fresh start. The landscape below shows both the natural world, sky, water, land, and the civilized world. This conveys the idea that many experiences are in store for the Fool. The copper pail, made from a metal known for its ability to conduct energy. The pail symbolizes an exuberance, God's unseen energy that Ephrael carries with him as his journey begins. The pail is an empty vessel, a metaphor for Ephrael. He has a clean slate and his pail to fill, and is free to fill his pail with whatever comes his way. And then I go through the white dove, the number 0, direct meaning, shadow meaning, and angelic message for this card is taking impulsive or irrational risks is unwise and may have a terrible consequence. Just to give you an idea of the content that's in for each card. And then the 6 of Pentacles. I'm looking at the 6 of Pentacles. So you get less. Not really, actually. The picture, you do get a picture of the card, even in the minors. So that's good. Let's see, after the cards, reading the tarot with influence of angels. Influence of Angels Tarot spread. It's a 5-card spread. So the first card is the Querent right now. The Guardian Angel is number 2. With care and concern, the Guardian Angel card addresses the Querent's well-being. Number 3 is Ministering Angel. The Ministering Angel card offers benevolent advice on what the Querent needs help with. Number 4 is the Messenger Angel. The Messenger Angel provides spiritual truths, especially regarding the Querent's particular issue or question. And number 5, the Querent After. This card indicates where the Querent is headed after being influenced by the 3 angels. There's a Heart of the Matter 4-card spread. And then it goes there's a little bit about the authors. And there it is. Where am I? I'm at 42 minutes. Okay, so I want to thank you for staying with me. I do have another deck. Oh, let's look really quick before I leave. These are about traditional tarot size. Maybe a little bit wider. For you riffle shufflers, they are a little bit stiff, but I was able to do my weird side shuffling pretty well, and they do, yeah, they're able to mix pretty well. Let's see if we do an overhand shuffle. They are a little bit, they're sticking up together a little bit, yeah, a little bit clumpy because they are new, but hopefully with use they will wear in. So yeah, they are glossy, laminated, but you know, they're a nice sturdy cardstock. It'll be interesting to see how the gold gilding will wear. I hope it just, you know, fades into a nice little patina instead of just like all out, just large chips flaking off. So I hope, because it's US Games, that maybe, you know, they're taking that into account when they gild their decks. So this is the Influence of Angels Tarot. I do have another one along the same vein that's going to be coming to me. I ordered, it's a mass market deck. It was out of print for a number of years, but it is now being picked up by US Game, put into print, but I ordered it and it's not, they say it's not going to get to me till around August 19th. So yeah, and it's a mass market deck and you can get it off of Amazon. So it is along the same vein, but well, when I get the deck, I'll tell you why I wanted it. So this is it. Let me know if you have this deck, what it's like working with an angel deck, how you view angels. Also, was this in your wheelhouse? Were you aware of this deck? If you found any benefit to this video, I would appreciate a like, a subscribe, a notification, a share. But just the fact, even the fact that you've just maybe watched the video all the way through is a big help, and it is very much appreciated. So I thank you, and I will be back with another video very soon, and I hope you have one of your best days ever. Bye for now.